Rainollon here. Today's another build showcase, and it's Cyte-09. So let us immediately start. Starting with the mods. The mods I use on him, there are two builds. Let's talk about the first one. The mods I use: Combat Discipline. You lose 10 health on kill. Squad mates gain 20 health on kill. Prime Footed for knockback immunity. Fleeting Expertise and Streamline for energy sustain and pretty much energy economy. Narrow-minded for ability duration, lowers our range, but we fixed that with overextended, which gives us ability range but lowers our ability strength. We fixed that with transient fortitude. And Archon Intensify. Archon Intensify gives us 30% ability strength, and restoring health with the ability grants you plus 30% ability strength for 10 seconds. I will talk about that very soon. Why do I use this mod? And Prime Continuity for more duration. He is a heavy duration Warframe that needs pretty much energy sustain, and these two, for me personally, are a must. For this mod here, you can pick whatever you like, pretty much. This is a flex mod. The one I use on him is Augur Secrets, which gives you 24% ability strength. You can use whatever you like, personally. You can even leave it empty, like, it really doesn't matter. You want more range? Do you want more duration? Do you want more strength? Do you want to use Rolling Guard? You can use Rolling Guard. You can use whatever you like. It's all up to you. For the Arcanes, Arcane, the new one, pretty much Arcane crap. What it does is, while invisible, you gain 10 ability strength and 1x final critical multiplier. If you max it out, you get 30 ability strength and also 3 final critical multiplier, which is really good. That's a lot of critical damage. And also free strength, and he pretty much is an invisible Warframe, so this is quite good on him. And Arcane Avenger, on damage there's a 21% chance, for flat 45 critical chance for 12 seconds. And that's why we use Combat Discipline. You kill enemy, you damage yourself, and it will trigger Arcane Avenger, which you have a lot of critical chance, you have a lot of critical damage, you're invisible, knockback immune, good energy sustain, really good duration, strength, range is fine, and yeah, efficiency. That's pretty much it here. Let's talk about the abilities. First ability. Weak point kills increase Cyte-09's weak point critical chance by 1% up to 300% for duration of the current mission. So pretty much what it means, shoot enemies in the head, kill them, and you get 1 critical chance. So kill 300 enemies with a headshot, then you get permanent 300% increased critical chance, which is pretty good. First ability. This ability has a multi-purpose use, and it's quite good. What it does is pretty much you put down some kind of sonar that will release a signal in a very specific angle, 75 degrees, there it is. And what it does, it gives you a lot of punch through, like 12.4 meter punch through, which is the most I've ever seen in this entire game. Weak point damage, which means you have to shoot enemies in the head to do a lot more damage. And it will also highlight enemies' heads, which, yeah, it's quite nice. You can also see them through walls, and because you have a really high punch through, you can shoot through walls and hit them, which is really good. Second ability, Resupply, a really good ability. You can hold it, and you can just choose what element you want to give your primary and secondary weapon a random element, and it's quite powerful. You can have a permanent viral damage, permanent blast damage, magnetic damage, gas damage. It's really good. Third ability, you're invisible. Shoot enemies in the head to kill them. Shoot enemies in the head, kill them. You will extend the duration on your invisibility, and it starts with 17 seconds in invisibility. But the more you kill, it goes up to 52 seconds invisibility, which is the longest invisibility in the entire game. If we don't count Ivara, which is a energy degen, this is duration based. I will say this right now is the best invisibility ability in the entire game. It's just you can be permanently invisible with very little effort. And yeah, and not only that, every Warframe can use this ability. Like kill this guy, feed it to the helmet, and put it on every other Warframe, and it's just quite good. Ultimate ability, it's Exalted Sniper Rifle. It chains 4 times, and it does okay damage. I will say this is by far his weakest ability. So if you really like your primaries and secondaries to be really powerful, using this is much better on your primaries and secondaries than using his ultimate ability, in my opinion. So if I were to pick one what ability to remove to replace it with a helmet ability. It's definitely the fourth ability. The damage it does is fine, but there are Kuva weapons, there are Incarnate weapons, and Tenant weapons that like do much more damage and have better clear. And this ultimate ability's clear is horrible because it has a really slow fire rate with a ridiculous recoil and only chains up to 4 enemies, which is kind of bad, mostly because we're constantly getting hordes of enemies of 30 to 50 plus of enemies constantly attacking you, and the KPM is just slow. So when it comes to single target DPSing, it's okayish. When it comes to clear, it just isn't good. It's cool, but not really that good. So yeah, so TLDR. So how do I sustain my energy? How do I sustain my health? So you lose 10 health when you kill enemies, which will trigger Arcane Avenger. Your third ability, while you're invisible, and when you kill enemies while your third ability is active, you get health. So kill enemies, you lose health, you gain health. And abilities that restore health grants plus 30 ability strength for 10 seconds. This ability restores health, so you have a permanent 60% ability strength and permanent health sustain with also permanent 45 flat critical chance, which is a really nice synergy, and I kind of like it a lot. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I explained everything here. Time for me to show you the Neutralizer, his Exalted Sniper Rifle. So Exalted Sniper Rifle, the mods I use: Spectral Serration, which gives you plus 330% increased damage while invisible. You're going to be permanently invisible with him, so this is quite good. Vital Sense, critical damage. Critical delay, critical chance lowers your fire rate. Galvanized chamber, multi-shot, hammer shot, critical chance, stash chance. Hellfire heat, and prime cryo rounds for cold. Cold and heat gives you blast. So this will help you out with clear. If you proc blast with your sniper shot, you're going to definitely kill everything. Not only that, blast scales with 30% of the base damage. And this is a sniper rifle, so you're going to be chunking a lot. For this empty slot here, you can choose whatever you like. You can use a Bane mod. You can use like some other elemental mod. You can use multi-shot. You can use rifle elementalist, semi-rifle cannonade. There's so many things you can add here. Hunting munition is also fine-ish, I will say. And speed trigger if you want more fire rate. Target acquired for headshot multiplier. It's all up to you. The reason why I use semi-rifle cannonade is because critical delay lowers your fire rate, but semi-rifle cannonade locks your fire rate. So as you can see here, the negative from critical delay is gone, which is quite nice and also gives you a lot of increased damage. Galvanized app does work on this weapon, so it does work. But sadly, we can't use Galvanized scope. I don't know why can't we use Galvanized scope at all. Like, we're going to be scoping, it's a sniper rifle, and you have to kill enemies with a headshot to get critical chance. Why can't we use this? It's, like, weird to me. But yeah. It also has the alternative fire, which press your middle mouse, which is the alternative fire. You shoot a grenade, it explodes, and has a 10 stacks of cold proc. That's pretty much a little bit of cold damage. It shows here blast, but because the stash chance is 0, you will never proc blast. But it does have a guaranteed 10 stacks of cold when you use it. And it explodes in a 10 meter radius. You can mod this for more range by using Prime Firestorm, which will give you 44 blast radius. 10 meters plus 44%, that's 14.4 blast radius. Which you just freeze enemies and that helps you a lot. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Time for me to show you in game. So how does this setup work? You're going to spawn a bunch of 200 steel path or Kimberly group dudes. You're going to go invisible, pressing your third ability, pressing my first ability, giving myself a element, say viral, use my fourth ability, shoot these guys in the head, and it ricochets 4 times. As you can see here, they're all dead. And because it's a sniper, I can just be here. That's my first ability. and camp this spot. You can also see that their heads are highlighted. And if I shoot through walls, you can see that it has a very large punch through. Yep, that's pretty much it. First ability gives you the sonar, it gives you punch through and also weak point increased damage. Second ability, you can choose any element by holding your second ability. So let's say you want blast this time. Big blast, does blast on the floor. Now you can see bottom right that my ammo count is now blast colored. Or if you want gas damage, big gas, you can see on the floor. Once you lose some ammo, so now pretty much my bullets do 12 gas damage. So 12 shots will do gas damage. So that's pretty much it. And if you want to sustain your invisibility, just constantly shoot enemies in the head. You can see bottom right that it was 16 seconds, now it's 48 seconds. Now it's 51 seconds, so you can permanently be invisible. And it's a helmet ability, so you can make any Warframe permanently invisible. It's just quite powerful. You can also see right here, the Arcane Avenger procced. My third ability, which should give me, there it is, Arcane Intensify procs. So you have permanent Arcane Intensify, Arcane Avenger. It's quite nice, have permanent critical chance and also ability strength increase. And let's say, Rain, I don't like the ultimate ability. It's fine, I also don't like it. I think in terms of what the game is, which is a horde game, that you constantly have to kill enemies fast. Your KPM needs to be high because the more enemies you kill, you get more resources, you finish the missions fast, and you get more XP, right? So I removed his fourth ability, and I'm using Thermal Sunder. So Thermal Sunder got buffed, which is really good now, with Thermal Transfer. Thermal Transfer, what it does is your Thermal Sunder will give you cold and heat damage. So when I go here and I hold my first ability, you can see at top right, I got heat damage. But if I hold, I got cold, so heat and cold gives you blast. So you also have blast damage. So you can use your second ability, give yourself viral damage. Now you have viral and blast, and you can also mod your weapons for whatever you want. You want corrosion or magnetic or gas, you can do whatever you like. So with this, my Boostron has 45 viral damage, but also gives me 187 blast damage. And I go invisible. I put the sonar down. And I shoot my guns. And yeah, it's pretty much, you can use whatever you like now. Yep, it's quite powerful. You can do that. I'm just showing you with Booster, you can use whatever primary secondary you want. Permanently invisible. You buff the hell out of all your weapons, giving them viral and heat. Sorry, blast. And whatever element you choose here. And yeah, it's quite disgusting. This is like the way I play him right now. I really don't like his sniper rifle. It's just kind of weak. It's not good at clearing nor single target DPS. And what's really funny is Lex Prime in Carnon does a lot more damage than the Exalted Sniper, and it also has clear, which is just hilarious to me. I think they need to do two things. Buff the base damage on the sniper to be much higher for it to be a really powerful single target burst weapon, or give it more ricochet, like at least like between 8 ricochet, and then we can scale it with ability strength, so you can ricochet like 11 or 12 enemies. That will be really good for clear. Right now 4 ricochet and the base damage is really not that impressive. Even if I showed you against level 200, it's kind of slow, especially against like acolytes, archons, and some other boss type of enemies. It just doesn't do a lot of damage. But yeah, that's pretty much Cyte-09, and he's pretty good, I will say. He's not the greatest against most, like, not against, he's not the greatest at most game modes, but for stationary or you want to be permanently invisible and constantly see red crits and do a lot of damage, he's pretty solid at that. he's a very stationary Warframe. But when it comes to power creep and clear and speed, he's just isn't really that impressive. So yeah, he's pretty good. What he truly is, all of his abilities work. Even if his ultimate ability for me personally is kind of weak-ish, it still can do damage and still can clear and still does some sort of single target DPS. But overall, he's good. So yeah, that's my Cyte-09 build. I hope you enjoyed the builds. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like, sub, and see y'all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.